Hello everybody and welcome to another design video with me and Beard working on our custom investigators for our second cycle of cards. Today we're going to be working on the Geologist. You'll find links in the video description to our Rogue, Guardian, and Survivor. This has been a very fun little thing practicing here, and I think this Geologist will be a pretty sweet character too. As always, Beard, I'm going to throw you for the modus for what these are for the people watching at home.
All right, the Modus cards, for anyone just tuning in, they are class-specific bonded cards that, instead of being bonded to specific other cards, are bonded to a bunch of different cards that all use the same card. And the secret one specifically will shuffle into your deck, and then you have to find it before you can benefit from it. But it's basically an unexpected courage that it doesn't have to be committed, so you could do it on top of a commit.
Yeah. Our big philosophy for these are we're trying to find like a direction for basically determining the box's archetype before we even actually get to designing the cards. And then our goal is to design these investigators in a way that they work with the cards, but are not required to play those cards to it's like the kind of the Sister Mary conundrum, right? I think Sister Mary is a cool investigator, but she's a little bit parasitic, right? So our hope is to avoid that while having them synergize with these. And I'm going to say, so far, Beard, we're 3 for 3. So I think we're going to keep going on this to go a little bit deeper.
All right, so let's I guess quickly run through the top ideas we had for ability.
So I think also the flavor is a good thing to talk about because she's the Geologist. The idea of digging in the deck is, I think, a good way to synergize with reason, but also kind of feel like a geologist, trying to find stones, gemstones, sort of stuff like that. She's a bit more pulpy than what you would see from a traditional geologist, so I think that kind of fits with the vibe here. And we talked about also potentially synergizing, as you said, with shroud raising, and then a reward that has to do with that.
Yeah, so the higher the shroud value of a location you clear, the more benefit you get.
Yeah. So the only thing that's kind of a little bit, we'll have to be careful working around with that, is that it's very similar to Monterey Jack Parallel.
Yeah, I did forget about him.
Yeah, because he kind of just sneaks. Yeah, he's he was part of that big wave where they just released a bunch, and his is pretty much basically searching for relics. I think there's still something that we could potentially dig up there, but I think we just have to be careful working with that. So also the reason why we want her to have some sort of search synergy is because the reasoned modus are probably the weakest of the modus, and the only reason is because it shuffles into your deck. Or I mean, some might go into your hand, but I think most of them are going to shuffle into your deck. Well, all the other ones are kind of just there.
And we can also do it so it shuffles into the top.
Yeah.
6-9 cards of your deck, the usual search range.
Yeah, exactly. We also talked about her having some sort of search synergy is good because they've kind of left Mandy in the dust, and I think just embracing that is a little bit more exciting than not, especially on the custom side of things.
Yeah. Because I mean, just Mandy in general, Dream Eaters and all the expansions 3 before and 3 after her are going to be out of print, so
yep,
they're not even thinking about her anymore.
Yeah, so hopefully in theory we get regular search cards too. That'd be nice.
Though they'll probably be stingy on look cards until Gloria's out of the pool.
Yep, 100%. They will, unfortunately. All right.
So, do we want her to have a search she can do once per round, or a search she can do only when she clears a location?
I think a search once per round is interesting, but it has to be a little bit more limited in what you can do with it.
So, should it be After you successfully investigate, search X cards. What's the amount you succeed by?
Yeah. I still do like your high shroud thing. But I think that's like not a bad way to go. So let's just put this on, yeah.
The succeed by should be the range, and then what you can go after is determined by the shroud.
Yeah. Please successfully investigate. I mean, I think it wouldn't be crazy if we just also made it like the top 3 as well. It's just like limit it.
All right, because I guess we don't necessarily want her to be a succeed by X investigator.
Yeah. Oh, what if we... This is an interesting... Like, this is an interesting sort of thing. Like, search the top 3 cards. This is just an of your deck for an event that costs X or less, where X is the shroud of your location. She can't find the reasons with those.
She can, but that would lock her out of finding assets with her ability.
So it's like, is null cost like a cost she could search up with this?
That's a good question, because like it's technically less than any location shroud value, but at the same time, like, is it considered to have a value at all, or is there like some weird Arkham language
like
thing again?
Would we break the if we made this just cost 0 and do nothing just to synergize with her thing?
Well, if it costs 0, then you can play it and it does nothing.
But that doesn't, like, that's on the players doing that, right? Like, that's on them to realize it does nothing. If we did want to do this, if the null thing does make this just cancel out a cost.
And doubling back briefly, do we want to make her event focused?
That's just what my first thing is. I'm fine to explore that and change it to different things as well. But that's just like, again, because it's a search every turn. I think some sort of restriction, even beyond the shroud, I think is necessary.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so on null, they have no cost, so we wouldn't be able to find it with that as how it works this way.
Okay. Then I'd say search the top 3 cards of your deck for...
Same with skills. Yeah.
So there's a number of ways we could do this. We could do the number of cards you search is your location shroud value. Mm-hmm. We could do a basic effect.
Oh, yeah. Then that search X or less or has no cost. That's another thing Dice God says as well.
Yeah, that definitely gets around it.
Yeah, the modus could have a cost and just cannot be played if we want to make players not play it.
I think it's fine to keep it null just for the sake of simplicity and keeping them the same as the other modus cards.
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, we could just have X pull double duty. It can be both the number of cards you search and the cost limit.
Yeah. We also could just have it be search up X cards your deck for an event where X is the shroud value of your location. Like, we could just also just do that.
True. Limiting it to an event would also keep it from being like, right, I investigate and then I get my ally.
Yes, I think there should be a limit on top of all this, and I think event works best with reason, so that's the one I'm drawn to.
Yeah, we can run with that because it also keeps her from eating Mandy's usual way of like getting people assets they want.
Yeah.
Don't forget to
Oh
say
man,
shuffle your deck.
she's gonna have some fun weaknesses. I can already tell. There's gonna be something cool we can do with that.
Oh yeah. And don't forget to say shuffle your deck, because even though it's part of the shuffle, like the search rules, they still put it in there.
Perfect.
I don't understand that, and I've been very annoyed by having to put shuffle your deck, eating up space.
Yeah. All right, so I think her Elder Sign should be like good but not great, because this is a pretty strong ability.
Probably just a +1 is enough.
Yeah. I have like a very plain idea that's a little bit boring, but it's just kind of like a replacement effect. So like you may shuffle an event from your hand in your hand into your deck. If you do draw a card. Like basically like she could replace an event she didn't enjoy on a search with just something else.
True, and that does lean to the survivor side of her a bit.
You may shuffle an event. Is it from your hand or in your? It would be from your hand, right?
Yeah, from your hand.
Yeah, you may shuffle an event from your hand into your deck if you do. It's very plain. Like it's not like pure value, but it is like some replacement. So I think it's probably okay.
The only other thing I can think of would be like you may increase or decrease the shroud value of your location by up to 2.
yeah. You may increase. What if it's not even decrease? What if it's just like you may increase the shroud value?
True, because like it's still an Elder Sign. If you don't want to increase it, you're probably not going to fail.
Yeah. I like until the end of the round, because we want her to draw it during the Mythos phase. I love that. I like that a lot more. I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah, that gives her some things to play with.
And also, like, if you draw it while investigating and, like, you make the shroud bigger, you've basically just made your search bigger, which is neat.
Yeah. I think
all right, I love her.
Of.
I think this is, again, she's going to synergize with Reason without requiring to play it. So, yes, we've done it.
Good. And now for the stat line.
Yeah, she shouldn't go above 4 book.
Yeah, 4 books seems like what we want to give her.
Yeah.
So we'll start with that.
I also think she should be opposite Ursula. Like, she shouldn't have, like, high foot.
Yeah, because she's more methodical. Maybe like a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
Like, not like a 1 book or 1 foot, because like we're already a little low on the foot side for a lot of our investigators, I think.
Yeah. What if it was something like this? Like the kind of like a Vincent Lee like stat line. Is this too much? That is too much.
Yeah, that's 1 point too many.
All right, what if we do that?
3 4 3 2. That seems reasonable.
Yeah, she's a guardian, so she could probably make use of it. You can bet your ass I'm gonna play toe to toe on her.
Should she say 7 and 7 then?
I think so. I think 7 and 7 makes sense.
Only other thing I could think of was 8 and 6.
I mean, I'm always into that. It's a very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, and kind of encourages her to go a bit more physical.
What was the dancer? She was a 6'8".
Yeah, she was.
What was our lumberjack? I guess we should also, we should make sure there's like a nice little balance there.
I think we made him 8'6" as well.
Okay, so maybe she will just a 7'7".
Yeah.
An instructor. He's a 6'6".
Well, he's a 7'6".
7'6", yeah, he's special. He's spicy. Yeah, I think 7'7's probably just better. Okay.
And let me start looking up names that could fit.
Chad, does this mean we're going to try to design a researched card? I think so. That could be kind of fun.
Doing it again.
I find that a bit of surprising. I found it a bit astounding. Am I right? Am I right, Astute? All right. A research rock would be pretty cool to go with that, for sure.
A hidden gem.
Yeah. That's really funny, Arkham Librarian. Yeah, it's our tricolor research rock. It starts as a seeker, and then it can go to either Mystic, Seeker, or Guardian. It's Amethyst, Topaz, or Aquamarine.
Honestly, not a bad idea. We don't have any, like, mineral researched cards yet.
Yeah. We're going to steal that, Arkham Librarian.
And this time Survivor gets to eat.
Mandy, you're who I'm going to find this wording from. Yeah. right, this is a very basic idea here for this weakness, but I think it's something that could just be the way to go.
Just always in your deck.
Yeah. Why is that dash there?
It's like it doesn't cancel the search, but it just makes every search a bit risky.
Yeah. Like we could make the effect more interesting, but I do feel like the trembling ground, like either she falls or like she's like, wait a minute, this is Shut-a-Mel, you know?
She could just be losing action.
It could just be losing action. Action, and then we make like the threshold a little bit bigger, like 8 or like 9.
Yeah.
Maybe 10, double it up. Search your deck and this card is among the search cards, lose 1 action. What if we also made it kind of like work with her ability where it's even like discard an event from your hand? So like
you know what would be really mean?
What?
To make this an event weakness, and if it's among the search cards, you discard every other card that you searched.
Oh.
So you have to pick this one because it is a valid event.
Oh, that's not... I mean, that's actually pretty elegant.
Like, you wouldn't have to shuffle back in with the revelation effect then.
Yeah.
But it'd have an effect that
The revelation effect, yeah. Yeah. Geologist. I mean, I just like that. It's so much more interesting. All right, let's just copy this text over, and then we'll worry about getting at the stuff. If you're done, all right, so we don't need this anymore, but it has a revelation effect now. Discard all other events.
Would be each other.
Each other event among the searched cards.
Yep. And it wouldn't need a revelation effect, but it'd be a second forced, like, at the end of the round, if it's in your hand,
yes,
something happens.
Yeah. I mean, we can go back to the take 1 damage or 1 horror.
Yeah, since you also have to find time to play the event.
Yeah. And, like, yeah, little pokes are not too bad for either, like, Guardian, Survivor, or even Seeker to beat in the long term.
Yeah.
When you search your deck and this card's among the search cards, discard each other event among the searched cards. At the end of the round, if Trembling Ground is in your hand, take 1 damage or 1 horror. I love it. I think that's wonderful.
Could also be a hazard traded one.
I think it could be like Hazard and Omen, because I think it's like an Omen of Shut-a-Mel. It's like Shut-a-Mel doing his thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Let me just delete this one.
See if I can find some good art for that. But also, I'm still working on the name. Give me a sec.
Yeah, no rush. I think this could probably cost 2.
Yeah, two resources in action to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Plus, it killed one of your searches.
Searches, yeah. Yes! I love it, chat! I think this cycle of investigators have been bangers so far. I think they've just been really cool.
Also, a search character that does not want to use Research Librarian because you just discard every event in your deck.
Yeah. Oh, Oh, that would be so funny. Yeah.
I mean, if you really lean into the Survivor stuff for level 0, it could pay off. But
It could be an interesting deck. It could be an interesting deck.
But you don't get any upgraded Survivors, so that's so funny.
I'm also just gonna put in our Discord. I'm just gonna put this researched tri-class research.
Yeah, pin that for later.
Yeah. The other thing I think we should do is also make sure we're getting an equal class combination as much as we can with our upgrade tricolors.
Yeah.
Luckily, that's pretty easy because there's a lot of stones. But maybe we also set like a default for what those should be, like kind of like at least not like for what we need for each set, but all of the combinations we need to hit to try to make it as even as possible.
Yeah. Because we technically had 2 upgradable cards in the last set. It was just one with Seeker only.
Yep. Okay. Well, her signature should definitely be an event.
Definitely. Because it's one she wants to find.
Oh, I have a slightly interesting idea. Let me write it down while...
Run with it.
It needs a different name than what I'm going to put here, just because... Let's just mix the 2 research cards together. Astounding Find for the name.
Something else we can consider for an upgradable path 2 is a fossil sample.
Yes. Yep. Oh, but that kind of counteracts her with her weakness, so we probably don't want to do that. I was going to be like, it makes your search better, but that does kind of counter the weakness, so I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah, it'd have to be something that's just good on its own that you want to dig up.
Yeah, I agree. A practice makes perfect for events. Is the research card going to be a signature? No, no. Researched event sounds interesting, though. If we could figure out how to do that, that would be really cool. Oh my god, a researched event? Alright, I'll be right back. Huh. We can do the most dangerous thing in the world.
Recursion?
No, even more dangerous.
What's
Doubling.
Double it and give it to the next guy.
Yeah, the next event you play this turn. Play it twice. Like that kind of vibe. Like that's a very powerful effect, and it's a very dangerous effect, but it's a very exciting effect for players.
I guess she doesn't get access to double-double.
Nope. Yeah, I guess double-double does do the precedence for this, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's that crazy. If double-double already exists. Alright, I have a flavoring thing if we can find art for. Let me just, What
are you thinking?
Like a fragment from where Shuttamel is. Yeah, like... like Chthonian fragment. Like, that's kind of like the vibe for it. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is an interesting... Oh, okay, this is interesting. As such, Shuttamel found itself locked in the subterranean prison below the sands of Ethiopia, with the Elder Gods using their Starstone artifacts to keep them from escaping. Like, and that's the Elder Sign. What if it's like, yeah, like fragment, like Starstone fragment, like something like that? For like the vibe for it. I know it's not really like, it's like events a little bit more asset based, but I think we could potentially flavor it like that.
Let's see here.
I guess there is also, like, Raven Quill, is that there can be items as events.
True.
Oh, and she could put it in her backpack. Let's go. Interesting.
Might have an idea. Just give me a sec here.
Sure. So these Starstones for people at home, they were used to bind the Elder Gods. Sorry, the Elder Gods used them to bind the Chthonians, and Shuttamel was among them. And then, yeah, these Starstones were slowly excavated by people, and it eventually is what caused the people to be, the Shuttamel and the Chthonians to be free again. I think that actually fits very well with their two events, Ravenquill and Telescopic Sight. I mean, there's a precedent for it, so that's cool. Look at that, Telescopic Sight. Y'all ready for Jane Sutherland deck only? I know I am! Astute, that is my birthday present to you.
Here, I found some trippy art of a geode that looks pretty eldritch.
Hell yeah. I love it. Whoopsie.
Really want to see that top one. Maybe zoom in just a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, if you think about it, a lot of upgrades are like event items.
Yes, yeah. Alright, what should this Starstone fragment do? Lore-wise, it locked people away, so it could be like some sort of management. Like enemy management. It also could just be like enemy damage.
Could also
something with the
attach
Elder
to your
Sign? Yeah, something with
location.
the Elder Sign. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Could attach to your location to do
Yep.
something.
Yep. To do the Shroud stuff.
Yeah, it could.
Okay.
Hey, I'm trying to think like it. I'm not excited to give victory out, but it could be almost like a bury them deep kind of victory thing. Where you attach it to a location that has at least one per player clues, and it ups the shroud of the location.
Yeah.
But then once it's clear, you get to put it in the victory display.
Yeah. I have an interesting thing as well. Increase. Let me know how you feel about this. How? We'll get the wording after. I'll get the idea out as we always do. Attached.
Sure.
Would resolve. So this is like the flavor of the effect on this. 'Cause I think it being related to an Elder Sign fits very well with the lore. And then we also get to remove the... I like the bury them deep idea, but like you, I think bury them deep being bury them deep is kind of cool. I guess it also doesn't need to be forced. It could be a reaction, so you could sit on it.
It could. But at the same time, like, unless you're playing this in a campaign where you know you're going to get a lot of monster tokens, it's going to have very limited uses.
Yeah, we could make it a one-time auto-fail. Maybe we could drop that instead.
All right, let's see about like when the last clue's discovered here, you can put this into the play area of another investigator, and then they can discard that to auto elder sign something.
So if it was like play only when the last clue is discovered from your location. And then place into...
I guess it would be put it into play under the control of any investigator.
Into play.
Well, it'd have to be an asset then to do that.
Yeah.
So
what if it's like attached to an investigator?
I could do it. She does have guardian access.
Attached to an investigator at your location?
Honestly, you could just attach to the location, and then anybody at the location can auto elder sign.
Would that be up here? Attached to your location? Or is that its own separate thing?
It's its own separate line, I think, because it's the conditions and then what you do from playing the event.
When an investigator task location resolve the tentacle token, remove Starstone Fragment from the game, treat that token as an elder sign instead. What if we made it less?
Also, it should be fast.
Yes. That would be right here, right? Fast, play only when the last clue is discovered from your location.
That's right.
What if we so I think the lore wise, this is nice, but what if we un-Mateo'd it and just made it like a one-time elder sign effect that required a little bit of a thing? Or do we like it being a counter and like being a Father Mateo?
I don't think it should counter the elder sign. I think it should just be like it's like when you would reveal.
Yeah, would an investigator at attached location would reveal a token during a skill test.
Yeah, I think it has to be chaos token.
Chaos token. During a skill test, remove Starstone Fragment from the game. Treat that token as... Do not reveal a token?
Yeah.
Token. Treat... What's a card that does this? There's just a card that does this, right?
Steal the elder sign?
Yeah. All right, give me that wording.
Dice Gods does bring up a good point.
Yep. Yeah, like it just being an elder sign is probably good enough. I think so. Like with no the can'ts. This does sound like Mateo's signature. It's true.
Yeah, I think we might need to start over on this one.
Yeah.
Because Mateo already has had his lunch eaten for a number of years.
Yeah. I mean, I think we just drop the elder sign effect. I think we can keep like the flavor. We just drop the elder sign.
Sir elder sign isn't particularly useful anyway. It's nice, but it's not like
Yeah, not
when
really.
you want to farm.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can give her some form of enemy management with it. I think that's something that we could still paint with, because she is kind of... She reminds me, I feel like she's not Vincent Lee, but I think with her card pool, she can build a pretty okay, like, Flex Seeker.
Yeah.
So I think we should push her towards that with some sort of enemy control or even just outright damage.
Well, if it's like... Play when the round begins. Until the end of the round, your location gets +1 shroud value, but enemies at that location get -1 fight. Something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's fast play at the start of the investigation phase.
Yeah.
Is it investigator or investigation?
Investigation. So
perfect.
Play when the investigation phase begins, that kind of thing.
Play phase begins. No, not there. Hey, Al Slippers, how's it going? Attached to your location. By 1. Reduce the fight.
Maybe each enemy.
Each enemy.
And forced at the end of the round, discard it.
Yeah. I mean, but what if it also just, like, stayed there?
Just for good?
Yeah, I think this is an effect we probably don't want to see recurred.
I guess it's fine then if it's just at one location.
Yeah.
And it's also good for boss locations, but not good for locations where you want to, like, clear all the clues, like a Tomb of Shadows kind of thing.
Yeah. I like this. I'm just I have the devil on my shoulder talking to me about some alternatives to tweak this to make it maybe a little bit scary, and I'm just seeing if any of those are actually worth sharing with you. Okay. I'm gonna write down what the demon is telling me, okay?
All right, let's see those intrusive thoughts.
And we can see if this is too crazy. Let's start there, because this is just the safest thing to add before we get to the demons. Oh, did this wrong. Reduce the fight. Reduce the fight? Okay.
That's right.
1 second. Let's just go like this. I'm going to just copy this right now, because we're probably going to put it back. We wither this motherfricker.
That seems good.
I think it makes it a little spicier, right?
Yeah, more worthy of a signature.
Yeah. And I think it points her in a very specific direction, right?
It does, yeah.
I think this feasibly also could cost 2 to mirror her weakness. It's fast.
It is fast, and it's there for good, so
Yeah.
I think 2 is merited.
What icons do you feel?
Book Fist.
Book Fist sounds good to me.
Yeah, Book Fist Wild, just because it's always nice throwing a wild on a
Signature.
signature.
Yeah. Location by 1. I mean, I dig this. I think this is very unique, and I think it's yeah, and it also like tells the same story, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Whether this has to have the non-elite rider, I mean, I just don't like the idea of making boss enemies easier.
I mean, it is. I mean, there's lots of things that you can do to make bosses easier.
Yeah. Right, let's query chat. What do you guys feel like? Do you think this should be usable on boss monsters?
Let me see one thing.
Sure.
Wither does not care about the enemy being elite.
Yeah, Wither does. It is for experience for that version though. And do we want this to be
level 0 doesn't.
Oh yeah, but for the health, right? The health is what I'm like more.
Yes, yes.
But it's true. Yeah, the level 0 doesn't care about reducing the thing. Reducing their stats. Map the area works on bosses. Map the area requires a test.
True, but it's a very easy test.
Yeah.
Because it's your book plus your will or your foot.
Yeah.
So, like, anybody using it is going to be testing it like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And there's only 1 copy in her deck, and it still costs 2.
Yeah, but 1 copy in her deck shouldn't be a problem for her. She'll be able to find it pretty easily.
True, but I mean, it's not like you're making the whole map like monster killing zones.
All right, I'll let chat. Chat's been saying it should be fine as using on for elites. I'm gonna put a pin in that. I'll make it for this, but I'm gonna make a note for testing. I feel like locking this down on bosses is a bit too free, but I'll take the word of you in the community that it's probably going to be okay.
Because I mean, you can think of it also as just like something that dealt 1 damage to a boss as well.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the health. I'm more worried about the fight and evade.
Well, again, the fight and evade on shriveling affects elite enemies even at level 0.
Yeah, but you need to pull a token for that. Like this, it's so like because the thing is, this is free, right? Like that's the thing that's causing me trepidation is that this is just free. I'm gonna hold this for a boss, use it on all bosses, and like just give everyone that without any sort of investment. That's the thing that I'm worried about.
Fair.
But I'm happy to test it, right? See how it feels in testing. Okay. I think Jane's really sweet, though.
Yeah, she definitely does look like she has a different gameplay loop than other Seekers.
Yes. Yeah. I think her stat line's kind of gas. And I think that the reason is actually going to make her a pretty good fighter as well. Like, I think she'll be able to be, like, not like a full fighter, but she'll be able to flex, I think, pretty okay.
You know, just have to make sure there's some good damage options for her in this set.
Yes, yeah.
Like
Those would be some really good like splash cards for her.
Yeah, the Guardian Survivor stuff, because yeah, definitely High Level Seeker should not have it.
Yeah. All right, so Jane Sutherland, 3432, 77 soak. As a reaction, after you successfully investigate, search the top X cards of your deck for an event, where X is the shroud value of your location. Shuffle your deck, limit once per round. Hello sign effect is +1. You may increase the shroud value of your location by 1 until the end of the round. She is Guardian Survivor for her choice, so since she is Seeker, and then level 0 of her secondary class. She has, I guess I can put these in here. She has 1 copy of Starstone Fragment, and then also 1 copy of her weakness, which is Trembling Ground. So, Starstone Fragment, as we just saw, 2-cost event, fast play when the investigation phase begins, attach your location. Increase the shroud value of attached location by 1. Enemies attached location get -1 fight, -1 health, and -1 evade to a minimum of 1. And then we have Trembling Ground. It's a 2-cost event. Forced, when you search your deck and this card is among the search cards, discard each other event among the search cards. And then forced, at the end of the round, if Trembling Ground is in your hand, take 1 damage or horror. I mean, I think this is Trembling Ground's a pretty good...
yeah, that's a very fun weakness.
Yeah. All right. With that, we have hit 4 of our 5 investigators. We only have 1 left, our beautiful occult collector in the Mystic class. You should look forward to that on the channel in a bit. And I don't know if we're going to do it today. We're going to talk about that when we're done this video. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. And as always, GG's.